to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier.
He's a dude.
Let's just say, yes, dude.
He's a dude.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
And this is a gift from patron Saint Benjamin Ross.
So many patron saints. Wait, Benjamin Ross?
The
Benjamin Ross, you patron saint of whiskey.
I like that little like scroll down. That's kind of nice. All right, so this is a Cooper Spirits Company, founded in 2006 by Robert J. Cooper.
Straight rye.
They brought back, you remember, nice shot. The Saint Germain, who single-handedly brought back the elderflower liqueur as something people should use in cocktails?
No.
Not really, but it feels like it.
I don't remember that at all.
Anyway, he's a company that is basically producing different interesting spirits by sourcing and bottling and hand choosing things.
Yeah.
This is a really expensive rye in like the $150 range, but you can get it a lot of places. They've got 3 or 4, 13, 18, I think a 16 or 15. What?
On the nose. This is not stereotypical.
No, it's 100% rye.
That's amazing.
Now, he's sourcing it from, I think it's Alberta, if I'm not mistaken. And if you remember Canadian whiskeys, very often they will do single grain spirit runs, age them separately, and then mix them together.
Like a fresh, light citrus and honey on the nose.
Yeah.
In addition to, there is this mid-range rye spice, but that is not dominant. There's a lot of ryes, you'll get that dominant rye spice. Black licorice, anise, there's a lot of, some people get like a dill pickle. I'm not getting any of those stereotypical rye flavors.
Yeah, none of the darker, nutty, peanut butter, pickle, none of those weird notes. It's
Do you get nuttiness from rye?
I tend to get peanut as opposed to like almond and walnut in the dark ones, but like peanut butter.
All right.
Like peanut.
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to this.
13-year-old, beautiful bottles.
13-year-old rye?
Mm-hmm.
Now, ryes don't often get super old. Like, they don't age them a super long time typically, is that right?
Well, not traditionally. 13's pretty damn old.
Seems like it may be one of the oldest ryes I've ever had. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this. Anything else on the nose?
I was gonna say some kind of tobacco, but it sort of reminds me of when we were doing that episode with the vaping, and there were some of those weird, overly flavoring things going on.
We'll link it up here. Do you get the slight thread of vanilla on top? On the nose?
Oh yeah, to me that's dominant. I'm looking for caramel, but I'm only getting vanilla.
Caramel? This is a rye though.
Yeah.
This is a rye. I get some, you're listing off notes where like, yes, I've had ryes with that, but when I say stereotypical, for me, it means the black licorice, anise note, or the like the dill pickle.
Right.
That's rye.
Yeah, in all whiskeys, I always get the caramel, and then when the ryes that I've had where those two notes are subdued, then the caramel note tends to become dominant, and that's not true in this.
I'm going in deep.
Rye deep. Oh. Interesting.
That's lovely. That is.
There's no sourness to it.
It's oily. Stays with you. Caramel is.
Yeah, but it doesn't linger like you wish it wouldn't.
No, it's nice. It
unfolds.
It leaves you with a nice note. I'm getting
like flower petals.
An oily, dense, not overly sweet caramel.
Okay, now more of the rye is showing up in the nose for me, now that I've had a sip. It would be easy for me to pick this as rye out of a lineup if I was comparing it to a classic bourbon.
Yeah.
I'll show you what I mean.
No. The rye spice is present, but this has significant notes of other kinds of whiskeys beyond rye. Notes that you typically associate with bourbons, for example.
I agree it's not a stereotype, but it's still, I mean, that's bourbon and that's rye. When you compare them, there's no question.
Yeah,
right.
The rye notes here.
Yeah, but it didn't show up as dramatic rye until after I'd had a sip.
You know what? Between the two?
You prefer the rye?
I'm preferring the rye.
Well, this is barrel bourbon, the 9-year-old single barrel.
Right now, I am preferring the rye.
What did you have for lunch?
Here's what I had. It's really, so it was this burger, but it's a fancy restaurant burger.
Okay.
I had pork belly
on
top of the burger, sriracha infused.
Oh, so instead of bacon, pork belly.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Sriracha infused.
So slightly spicy.
And then some like marinated cucumbers on there.
Oh.
It was very similar to like steamed dumplings.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe, those types of flavors.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if that dense kind of pastry-like heavy oil meat is making the spiciness of the rye stand out for you a little bit more than normal.
You think?
It's possible.
Well, I mean, I know you eat meat every day. You just gobble down on that meat.
Just
You suck it down.
love the meat.
Suck it down. Loads of it.
Oh, well, I'm on the Atkins diet.
Thomas Paquette, Thomas, questions going around about what's next, and the resounding answer I hear is that it's going to be similar to craft beer.
Oh, okay.
What's local? What can I only get here? Moving forward with all aged spirits, whiskey, rum, and tequila.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on Amari?
Oh.
Could it be possible to see that fall into the craft aged spirits sector, or will it stay in the shadows? What is Amari?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I mean, I know what Amari is, but I would have to... Like, I'm trying to think of a brand of Amari that's just an obvious one.
While you search for an answer, since you're unprepared. Oh, Josiah.
I'm unprepared.
Josiah Haynes. Which whiskey have you tried that sounding amazing and interesting on paper, but actually ended up being awful? Absolutely awful.
Okay, hang on. So, Amaro was the word I was looking for. That's why I had to Google
This
it.
is Amari.
I know, but Amari.
Oh, okay.
It's an Italian liqueur. Think of it like Fernet Branca or something like that, right?
Yes.
It's in that direction, and no, I don't think... let's put it this way. Fernet Branca is known as the bartender's handshake. If you want to show up at a bar and give a clue to the bartender that you are one of his people, you are also a bartender and you know that, then you order a Fernet Branca neat. And a bartender, it's a cue for the bartender to be like, oh, this guy's one of us, right? That's been going on for how long? And there's no huge rush into the let's make herbal liqueurs because of that.
Right.
I don't really see craft going into infusion herbal spirits as a craze. I think there are some that are doing it really well, but I don't know that I see that being a large enough appeal. Like whiskey is so different. Whiskey can appeal without being the same thing.
The more I go back to this, the more of the rye spice that remains, and all the other notes start to fade away.
Yeah.
The rye spice, that's
That's what I had on when I said, okay, it's more rye now.
That's holding strong.
Yeah.
Well, my palate is more dialed in. It just takes the nuance and complexity to fade away. It takes a longer time, whereas you're just like your palate's like a cudgel. Just
a
whiskey.
When is the last time you got to use the word cudgel in normal conversation? What was the second question?
Which whiskey have you tried that sounded amazing and interesting on paper,
Oh.
but actually ended up being awful?
Well, I don't know that it was awful, but it was very disappointing. My most recent one was the Woodford Reserve Single Malt.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Wait. No, hold on.
That's the one that Mitch brought us.
Yes. Yes,
And
that's the
I
same one.
wanted that.
That was a single malt?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted that so badly to be good.
Right.
So badly.
Right.
And we tried it, and it is so not good for us.
No, it was a limited release kind
Yeah.
of deal. It's not the standard.
But it has all those piney sap note thing green in it.
Sure.
Anyway.
Sure.
So that was the most recent one for both of us, I think.
Kent Brewer.
Bauer.
Brewer. Kent Brewer. I'm attempting aging bourbon in mini barrels, 2, 3,
Yes.
and 5 liter barrels. Any advice on length of aging, and would filtering through a charcoal be advisable? What would you suggest, and where would I find it? Thanks.
I would say try the charcoal if you want to. You can make your own. Just get some maple wood and burn it down into charcoal briquettes.
So to filter through charcoal, it seems to be, it's already finished whiskeys that you're putting in a barrel, you're aging, and then you're just going to filter it again through charcoal
make it
just to
even.
see what happens.
Just to see what happens.
All right.
Now, I wouldn't do it, but I think...
I think the biggest difference is going to be from the barrel finishing it.
Yeah, I think here's what you're gonna learn in barrel aging on your own. What you're gonna learn is that you're gonna mess up the first several barrels by leaving it in too long. It's gonna go, and then it's gonna get really interesting and good, and you're gonna think, wow, it's only been 2 months. If it's this good at 2 months, think of what it'll be at 6. And then at 6, it's like, oh yeah, I should have pulled it out at 2. So don't be afraid to leave it in long, because what you'll learn is the sweet spot, and take samples once a week.
Yes.
Right? And take notes. And then you buy another barrel and you start over, but this time you hit that sweet spot on purpose.
You really need to hit that sweet spot and then master
purpose.
And then master the pullout.
And then master when to pull it out.
Hit that sweet spot, master the pullout. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
You fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
And then you drink.
May you drink with us.
Oh God.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.